Hello, everybody. It has been a while. Sorry about the hiatus. I have no excuse, honestly. It just happened, life happens. But I recently just saw Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and man, do I have so much to talk about it. I'm gonna make a couple videos going in on certain details about it. Whether there be certain themes that I got from the movie, certain character development that happened. That's probably not how you say it, but just go through, talk about different things I like. But I wanted this first video to be just an overall review of the movie, and this is gonna all be spoiler heavy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's August 3rd when I'm recording this, going on to August 4th. It's like late at night, and so by the time I see this, I do think a lot of people are gonna have seen this movie, so I won't have to do a spoiler reviews. So, but this is your warning. This is gonna have spoilers in it. I think you should watch the movie blind. There's like if you're honestly, you probably, because I picked up on all the twists in it, but I do think that it will be way better to just watch it blind. You're gonna be immersed and you're not gonna really notice it until it happens. So, knowing all that, let's get into it. So, Spider-Man: Brand New Day is the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, very easily. I think it blows any of the other ones out of the water. And I also think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies ever. I think it's top 3. I think it's right there with Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, right? I think it's a step above Across the Spider-Verse. I think Across the Spider-Verse is great, but it is at the end of the day an incomplete story. And also, honestly, even though I think Across is really good, I just like this movie that much more. And No Way Home, great, but I like this movie so much more, And there's a lot of reasons why. And I think the first biggest reason is obviously Tom Holland. Man, he did amazing in this movie. He acted perfectly. One of the best acting performances in the MCU. I think it's up there with oh my god. I think it's up there with Angela Bassett's supporting role in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, because my goodness did they act their asses off in these movies. Tom was amazing, He did perfectly in giving us such a believable version of Spider-Man through so many different situations, right? I felt like he was able to play a perfectly depressed Spider-Man. If y'all know the one scene where he saw MJ making out with her new boyfriend at the party, and how he immediately goes to swinging in the rain like that, I thought that was amazing, man. That was terrific as a scene. It felt too relatable. When at the end of the movie where he's I felt like he was taking on an Aunt May, Uncle Ben type of role for Jean Grey. I thought he played that really well. I thought he played terrifically, especially off of the Punisher. I thought his banter there was great. I thought he was just great in everything, man. I thought he was great in literally every situation they had him in this movie. And I feel like they had him in a lot of different situations. I feel like there was so much that they allowed him to just show his acting chops on, man. I think he's slowly just becoming one of the better actors of our generation, and I don't think people give him enough credit for just how good of an actor he is. But moving on. So firstly, aesthetic wise, this movie is gorgeous, man. Beautiful shots. It's the best swinging in any of the Tom Holland movies, man. It's they're gorgeous to look at. They're so pretty to look at. The way that they use different angles for they give it a real sense of speed and scale with him going through New York City. And New York City looks better than it ever has, right? I felt like, especially in the Tom movies, they never really gave a chance for New York City to show how great of a city it is for a superhero, right? And this movie, it really felt like that. It felt like the Raimi movies a lot, in the sense that New York City felt so real. It made it in the sense that New York City is a real place with real people in it, and they did that really well. They all the different characters. There was so much world building done so quickly, and I thought it worked. You know what I'm saying? I thought having Tombstone show up, having Boomerang show up, all of that was great. That was all great. You know what I'm saying? There's so much character building and story building in the background that isn't just all in your face, you know what I'm saying? And I heard a lot of people complain, say, oh, I wish we could have seen more of these street level characters, but I think it works well enough, not just having us just showing us all his street level things, letting us use our imagination, build it up. We've got 100 years of Spider-Man stuff to work with to fill in the gaps, so I think that works really well. What else? The suit looked great. The suit looks amazing. The suit looks so good, and it feels so real too. Again, like it just felt real. Like this whole movie felt real. The suit felt real. It felt like it was actually there in every place that it was. Right. God, I don't even know how to describe how beautiful this movie was, man. The shots, awesome. You know what I'm saying? The colors worked really well. Like, you know, I feel like in the MCU, unless it's like certain movies, their usually color palette is kind of bad. Like it'll be like really bland, or they won't really do anything like fun with the backgrounds. But this movie, I felt like they really changed that, right? You know what I'm saying? It felt like the colors worked really well with certain scenes, if that makes sense. So I was just a fan. I'm such a big fan of how this movie looks, man. I feel like I could talk about how it looks for ages, right? But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the characters too, man. As I already said, Tom was great. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man, Peter Parker, they were both fantastic, right? And all the supporting characters were great too. The Punisher was hilarious, man. He was great in this movie. You know what I'm saying? He felt terrific to play off of Spidey, man. You know, I feel like that's always a big thing with Spider-Man that people like about him, is the fact that he's so like witty, he's so like banterable, like he can like crack jokes with no matter who you're with, right? And it was done so well in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like those two's on-screen chemistry was terrific. Sadie Sink as Jean Grey was great. Yeah, I feel like I see a lot of people kind of complaining about her, but I really don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was great. I thought she acted terrific. You know, this is a weird place to introduce Jean Grey, but I also think it works. Like, we do have to remember this isn't the comics, this isn't the cartoons. Like, the X-Men aren't even a thing in the MCU, so it makes sense that she's not going to be introduced with them. You know what I mean? And we don't really know where that's going to go from here. They probably won't be officially introduced until like post Secret Wars, right? So this could be like just introducing her and her actress. You know what I'm saying? Just introducing her as a character, seeing where it's all going to go from here, right? But I thought she was great, man. I thought she was great. I thought all the people that also like pretended they were her, terrific, man. Especially I want to find his name, but it was a black guy who did it when he was when Jean took over his body and he was talking to Spider-Man. I thought he was great. I thought everybody who had a chance to like speak and pretend that they were Jean Grey and taunting Spider-Man like that, I thought they were all great. I remember when John Bernthal's Punisher got taken over and he had a little bit of an accent on it. It was really funny. It was all great. It was terrific. I think Jean Grey in general was great. I think her motive made sense, you know what I'm saying? And I do really like the parallels that they drew with her and Peter. You know, so I just really don't see the issue with her. I thought she was great here. I thought that she definitely was like a weird choice to be like your big Spider-Man villain, right? Because she's never been a Spider-Man villain really, but I think it works, right? Remember, this is a completely new canon. I think that perfectly works well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw some people say it felt like an Avengers level threat, but you know what? It really didn't. You know, it wasn't even a fully citywide threat. It was a threat that Spider-Man took care of mostly on his own, right? And I thought she was just great. I thought she was great. I thought the way that they kind of like their parallels worked perfect. I thought it was great. I don't know if Zendaya was always great. Zendaya's MJ was terrific. The way that they were able to like switch, this kind of goes back to Jean Grey too, and the way they're able to kind of like each actor or actress, they're able to like switch between their character and then like Jean's version of their character played super well. Mark Ruffalo was great. This is the best the Hulk's been in the MCU for I don't know how long, man. He was great. He was very intimidating as the Hulk, but it was tragic too, which is perfect because that's really what the Hulk is. He's a tragic character. It sucks that this is like the life that he has to live, and it was so painful to see him like at the end being like, oh my god, did I hurt anybody? You know what I mean? It's so sad because it's like all these years of progress for him and Hulk, for Banner and Hulk, and it's just kind of thrown away just like that. And it's because of another redhead that tapped into his mind again. That's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it like that. Man. But you know, going back to Zendaya, her and Ned, MJ and Ned Leeds were that little scene where honestly their scenes in general were terrific, man. Those two are like, those two's chemistry on screen is so good together. and obviously, as you expect, they're a married couple now. But like their chemistry together is beautiful, man. The scene where she tells him like, "I don't even know you," it was so heartbreaking, but it was like, man, that was a great way for them to keep on to it, man. Felt like I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 all over again. Not a good feeling though. Not a good feeling. Yeah, man, in general, just Peter and MJ's like scenes all together were just rightfully tragic, right? None of them felt like it was trying to force their relationship back together. That was like the main thing I was a little worried about. You know what I'm saying? When they first kissed on the rooftop, obviously that wasn't her, that was Jean. But I was sitting there thinking like, okay, so either they have to like kill one of them or like something, because no way y'all go back on what happened that quickly, right? But it didn't, you know what I'm saying? They kept it. They, you know, obviously they left it a little open-ended with how Ned seems to remember Peter, right? And I think MJ might remember him too. But that's okay because Doomsday is about to happen anyways. It's probably going to go into Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, so there's not going to be any time for any of that to like develop anyways. Which I'm crazy hype about. Like, this movie reignited all of my hype for Avengers Doomsday. Like, I was hyped for Avengers Doomsday, but I was like, in the sense of, okay, this is going to be cool when it happens, but like, as of right now, I'm perfectly fine. But after I saw this movie, I immediately hopped on Disney Plus and I was like, okay, I need to lock in because I am extremely excited about Avengers Doomsday. I really want to see what happens. I really want to see where that post-credit scene goes, you know what I'm saying? Whether that means Spidey, you know, our Tom Holland just being transported off-world, or that might be alluding to Tobey Maguire, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing a lot of rumors that it's going to be like Tobey's Earth that gets destroyed in the first, like, opening act of Avengers Doomsday, right? So we don't know how that's going to work, but I'm super excited about it. But otherwise their on-screen chemistry is terrific. Peter, MJ, and Ned are like, what a great trio. Like, this is easily Peter's like best like on-screen relationship with his best friend in any of these movies. And I think him and MJ are, I think after all these like amazing scenes, I really do think I beat them over Peter and Gwen from the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I really do think they might just have beat them now, because I think their scenes were that great. Like, it felt like a drama. Like, it felt like a drama that just so happens to also be a superhero movie at the same time, just because of how good those scenes were. But it also felt like awkward when it needed to, you know? When they first meet each other, it felt like there's something there, but only he really knows it, right? And you could tell how like weird it felt. And I just love it, man. I just loved, oh man, it was just done so well. And I think the biggest thing is it felt like the perfect Spider-Man story, you know? It was perfectly tragic, but it was also had enough hope, right? There was a big sense of responsibility. There was a big sense of Peter having to grow as a person and as a man, because now instead of him being the one that's being taught responsibility, instead of him being the one that's the student, he kind of becomes like the teacher in this sense. You know what I'm saying? Each and every single one of these movies, you could see him trying to find that mentor, trying to find that teacher, trying to find that big brother, aunt, mom, dad, whatever. And it felt like in this movie, this is the first time he was allowed to just be the teacher, because he's gone through enough things to where he can use his experience to help somebody else. And that's where Jean Grey came in, right? You know, Aunt May is still there in spirit, and that's what I felt like he became at the end of the story. It felt like as an emotional anchor that he became an Aunt May in the sense. It feels like everybody's complaining about no Uncle Ben being here, but it felt like he was turning it to his own Uncle Ben in this scenario. It felt like he was turning it to his own, like, with great power there must also come great responsibility, you know? And I remember at the end of the story, I genuinely thought they killed him. I was like, wait, no, please, I'll cry. I'll cry leaving this theater if y'all kill Spider-Man again. Like, I really thought Punisher like killed him there. Like, I thought it was gonna be on some like, I remember I saw some people saying like, oh, what if they like kill him at the end of Brand New Day and then have him come back at the beginning of Secret Wars, right? You know what I'm saying? Come back and in the Kraven's the Last Hunt like comic panel and the symbiote. That's how they get the symbiote into Secret Wars or something like that, right? That would be crazy. I'd cry still though to see him die like that. But that ending scene also was terrific. One of the best ending scenes like I've seen in like ever. Like, it was so good. And I feel like they keep hating on these ending scenes in Spider-Man, right? These big climatic scenes, No Way Home had a terrific ending scene. I think that was the best ending scene in the MCU, period. Brand New Day just had a great ending scene. I don't think it beats No Way Home's, but No Way Home's was like peak Spider-Man story ending, right? But yeah, it was great. It was great. I'm gonna have like another couple videos. I need to like regather my thoughts. I might try and see if I can like watch it again, whether that be online or in the theaters. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Sorry for disappearing like that. It won't happen again, I promise. I'm lying to you. It's probably gonna happen again. Hopefully not soon though. But thank you guys for listening or watching, however you consume this, and I will see you all later.